Certainly looking around the market after a rough stretch, perhaps looking to bring back J.T. Miller. Is that actually a possibility?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here, so I'm going to take it from both sides. First, I was talking to someone who's really in the know, especially on the JT Miller and Vancouver side today, and he said, there's just not as much going on as some people might think. From Vancouver's perspective, it's been well documented. Yes, there is an issue between JT Miller and Elias Pettersson, and Jim Rutherford's style as a manager, he's been around for decades, we know it, is to gather as much information as possible before making a decision. And I do think it is telling that Jim Rutherford is taking calls on both of these players. But this would be a franchise-altering move. And we know in hockey, when you're making a big deal like that, typically you get a better return over the summer. JT Miller does have some trade protection, so it's not an easy one to move. But I have been told one of the teams he would be really interested in going to is a return to New York. From New York's perspective, we know they're trying to reshape this roster, and the themes I keep hearing about them, they want to be tougher, more physical, guys with heart. Obviously, that's J.T. Miller. He fits so many of those things. And I do believe Mika Zibanejad was mentioned earlier in the year, hey, would you guys do this 1-for-1? And from Vancouver's perspective, no, it would have to be a bigger deal than that. So nothing to report right now, but I do expect the Rangers to continue to be busy, and we'll see if either of those trades materialize for the Vancouver Canucks.
10 out of 10 information as always. Thank you, Emily.
Thanks, guys.
All right, Callie, you certainly were a teammate of J.T. Miller. Yep. You know the dude, and you saw those trade rumors out there. What do you make of that and him returning to New York? And maybe the bigger story is actually would he leave Vancouver because of a relationship with a player?
Yeah, I mean, I think anytime you talk to Vancouver, they're going to try to downplay the situation. They're not going to say, well, yeah, they hate each other, they're fighting in the room. Like, unfortunately, players do lie in media, or GMs do lie to the media once in a while. So. I think there is, where there's smoke, there's fire.
We know there's something there.
There's something going on there, right? And it's gotten to the point now that I think management obviously is now taking calls on both players. And to get to that point, it has to be something pretty serious because those are your two star players on that team. You look at JT Miller last night, what he did last night, 2 goals, 2 assists. He was a stud, right? Yeah. Like any team would want to pick him up. Now, shifting that to the New York Rangers, I think he would be a perfect fit.
Right.
His personality on the ice, the way he plays, that's what they're missing. Grit and grind, and that's what he brings along with skill. But what scares me about the New York Rangers now is Zibanejad's name's in this, right? So first we started with Kreider, Trouba, now Zibanejad, right? So now all these names are floating out there. There's conversations about there's trouble in the room because the way things are handled. Now you got a lot of your core players that are looking at this and saying, are we trying to trade us?
Yeah.
Like, so I don't like that all these names have been leaked out, whether it's true or not, but it's not a good recipe for the New York Rangers moving forward.
Why block a shot with my face if I don't know I'm going to be here, right?
Exactly.